Breaking news. Rapper Chino XL has died at 50 years old. Now, Chino XL is a old school rapper from the East Coast. I believe he was from Jersey, if I'm not mistaken. And he was around in like maybe the late 90s. Late 90s, early 2000s. Now, he never did get the acclaim, fame as many other artists from that era. But if you was around at that time, and if you was into hip hop, you knew his name. Now, being that he was an East Coast artist and he wasn't like a big East Coast, even though he was kind of mainstream, and I'll explain why. But I'm willing to assume it's a lot of West Coast guys, especially Cali, who may not know, not ever, and I ain't even talking about the young generation. I'm talking about even my age. Probably don't even really know who Chino XL is or who he was too much. And condolences to his family, other than they didn't know who he is, other than when Pac had said something on him during the East-West Coast beef. Pac had mentioned his name. But I remember Chino XL because, well, for two reasons, as I explained. He had a song called Complex. And that's what I mean when I said earlier about him being mainstream, and he was, because I forgot what the network, the video network it was back then. It wasn't Jukebox, I think it was after that, but whatever. But he had it was BET and all that, but he had a song called Complex. That was cool. I'm gonna keep it 100, y'all. I still remember the lyrics to the song. Now, not the whole song, but like the first verse. A lot of the song I know. And I'm gonna tell you a story. This is another reason why I remember, and I always remember who Chino XL is. I was doing time. Now, if you don't know, I've done prison time before in California State Prison, and I got a few videos. Check out my catalog, talking about a few experiences I done had. And this was during the time where this was my first time going to prison, and I was at the Pelican Bay Ranch, and I've been there for a little while. And fast forward, this was during a time where, this normal program, and, we writing verses. Again, I was young. I was like maybe 18, 19 years old. And we writing raps and all that. And there was one dude, we freestyling and everything. And then one dude, he, I forgot where he was from. I don't know. It was from one of them Central Valley cities, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't want to get the city wrong, but it was one of them Central California Valley cities. Whether from up north to Stockton or down to Bakersfield. I don't think he wasn't no LA guy. I know that for sure. He wasn't no Bay guy. He wasn't in our car. But that ain't the point. But anyway, because it really don't matter. But at the time, it was funny. No, it don't matter. But they rapping the free, and it was somebody who they was battling rap with, and dude said his verse, then dude was saying his verse, and he had stole some of Chino XL bars, because when he was like, I remember I said Chino XL had a song called Complex, and in the song is like, he say something, what he say? So complex to make you buy a fake Rolex to impress the next big buck, and and he was flowing on that song. That was one of his main songs. But anyway, dude said that bar. And you can tell not everybody caught it, but you can see a few eyes looking, seen it. And this was around the time the damn song that came out, maybe a year after. Maybe a year. So it was like, it wasn't like no old bar he stole. But then, of course we outed him for it. But that's how I remember Chino XL from that experience. And just that song. But again, R.I.P. to Chino XL. And again, he was an East Coast rapper. I believe he was from Jersey. And he was around, like I said, the late 90s, early 2000s. And he was in a few other cameos with groups with other artists. He actually did some stuff with West Coast artists. A few other things. He was even in that few one of them Lil Mo videos, the cameo. I remember his name. I remember him. And of course, if you old enough, you remember him too. And it was funny because even back then, that's why when that whole Pac thing, I didn't look at Chino XL. Now again, I don't know what was going on behind the scenes, of course, and obviously it was something behind the scenes because, and maybe I should make a video about that. But during that time, the whole beginning of that East-West Coast beef, it wasn't necessarily like it was just all East Coast rappers. And the same as it was just like all West Coast rappers on that hype in the beginning stages. Because I remember it was kind of like back and forth, and then that's when West Side Connection came out the cut with that West Side Slaughterhouse. Like I remember, we was like, oh, you like hell yeah. Then that's when and with the Jay-Z, the Presidents, and all that had their little songs. But Chino XL, he wasn't. Not that I remember, he wasn't like no East Coast artist that made a song talking about the West Coast or part of that East Coast crew that was battling against us, the West Coast. But again, like I said, I don't know what was going on behind the scenes, of course. And as we know, Pac was all over the U.S., you know what I mean, from the town to the East Coast. So a lot of people don't know because they weren't old enough. Again, Pac, as well as he was an artist, he was an actor. So he was already kind of famous is acting before he became famous rapping, even though he was known musically with Digital Underground, but his blow up, he was, was as an act. So he was in the East Coast. They loved him in the East Coast already first through Juice and all that. But again, behind the scenes, Pac was back and forth because his roots was Digital Underground, so he already had that West Side connection, as I'm gonna put it. So he was already messing with us out this way. But anyway, I just wanted to get that out there. But yeah, again, man, RIP to Chino XL, and this is breaking news. And let's see, and forgive me because you see, I'm just freestyling, and this is the information age. I may feel it's a disjustice not to have the full details as far as me just spazzing out, giving y'all the news, but. And it'll be a case by case basis on how I do my formats as far as this platform, y'all. As y'all see, some videos it may be the drip on it, some videos will be no drip, and sometimes it's on purpose, sometimes it's not. But the information and the content is more important. So yes, cause of death is not being released, but you see all the artists. They giving their condolences and their shots out. And again, rest in peace, Chino XL. And you never know, we all got a date. So think about that, man. But yeah, man, that's crazy, man. Time is going by, when people you grew up on is starting to pass and stuff like that. But just breaking news to y'all, man. Bad News Brown. Breaking it down once again for y'all. Don't forget to subscribe to me. I'll definitely be back at y'all with some more of it. Peace.